Good evening and welcome to the Indie Voice Show, where artists can listen, learn, and grow with knowledge empowering success. And now, here is your host, singer, songwriter, entrepreneur, Miss Wendy Hicks. Hello. Woo woo.
Hey y'all, what's going on?
Welcome, and thank you for joining us on the Indie Voice Show.
Yeah. Well,
We have a great show in store for you. I'm pretty excited.
yeah, I'm excited too. We had a little trying time trying to get in here, but we having a great show. We have a guest by the name of Patrice Live. Patrice, spelled what? Patrice. Live. That's one word.
Yes.
Her manager told me it's one word. That's what it is. So we're waiting for her to come through.
Right.
She's on her way. So hopefully we can get her here to perform, because I'm really excited about hearing her. I saw a video on her. She's very talented from the DMV.
Well, we're going to share her video shortly. One of the things, I haven't met her, which is, I'm kind of surprised that this is someone, well, I haven't met all the DC artists, but and looking at her bio and seeing all that she's accomplished, I'm surprised that our paths haven't crossed yet.
But DC is so much talent.
It's so much talent, but I'm excited to hear more about her story. She talks about, a lot of us around this age, we had, we had careers and we had lives that we had to lead. We had families to feed, so we kind of had to put our dream on the back burner for a minute.
You are sweating.
I am, right? I was like, am I glistening? It's just.
You are.
Oh my goodness! Yeah. I am burning.
That's okay though.
It's hot in here. Okay, I thought it was just me.
It's getting hot in here.
Is it your cologne?
Maybe.
I'm like, oh my gosh! I'm sorry. I'm just. Woo, I feel like it's a sauna in here.
Woo, I tell you. So we got a few things going on in DC.
Yes.
And I can say I'm excited about it. A couple of things that I'm doing. Working on, of course, guys, most people know here I work with solo artists, independent artists, Karen Lynette.
They're calling you the Barry Gordy of DC. You've been coined that.
Who gave me that? Tyra gave me that. Tyra Levon. A shout out to Tyra Levon. She gave me that name, and they just mess with me. Well, they say I'm the Barry Gordy, or I'm the Barry Gordy, DC Gordy, or whatever you want to call it. So it's funny.
Trying to make things happen.
Hey, you know what? I'm trying to make things happen. I want to see the DMV on the map. I just want to see. We have so much talent here, and I think that we should. And we have the format. We're able to bring them to this show, which is a great show, to be able to show talent, talent all the way around. I mean, not just singers, dancers, percussionists,
Shameless
rappers.
Plug.
Hey, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So I'm happy that we got a few things going on, and we're going to have a really busy summer. I don't want to give it all out right now, but we're going to have a pretty busy summer. And I'll share with you some things about the new project that's coming out with Karen and with Tyra as well. Right. And Twinkie's Anissa Hargrove is actually working on a project as well. So do want to do a little plug, if you don't mind.
Go ahead.
We have Karen Lynette will be performing at Blues Alley on May 21st.
All right. Show you don't want to miss.
You don't want to miss this show. And it will be 2 shows, 8 and 10 o'clock. And she's going to be performing a couple new songs, a couple of original songs. And we have, we got so much. Ronette Harrison, Blues Alley again. Yes. She's, I believe, the 27th, I believe. And she is going to be performing at Blues Alley. I think that's the date. You remember?
I'm not sure the date.
Yeah, it's the I think it's the 27th or somewhere in there.
Just go to the Blues Alley calendar and you can see all the acts that are scheduled to perform.
Go to www.bluesalley.com and you can see all the performers performing there. Then I'm working with. I've been fortunate enough to be able to go on a weekend, what we call a weekend tour. It would be with Walter Beasley, and I've been fortunate to get the call to go and perform with him. We'll be doing some spot dates on the weekend starting next week.
Nice.
Actually, the 19th we'll be in Austin, Texas, and we'll be doing some cities, here and there. And he's gonna, he was, I believe he was going on tour last year, and then he had some issues with his mom, and he had to scale back a little bit. But shout out to my boy Dave Dyson, who got me on the gig, which I'm grateful and thankful for him. But Walter, I'm learning his music, and this is the thing. What I have to do is, like, when I start learning music, especially artists out there that I'm able to perform with, I have to listen. I have to listen for a period of time.
Right.
It takes me about 2 weeks to kind of get into the song. And with Walter, it's his songs are pretty. They're not hard, but it's some intricate parts in it, especially a lot of percussion. So this year, he hasn't really taken a percussionist out before. I mean, he's taken a while ago, but it's been a while, I believe. And so he's taking me out, and I'm gonna be really busy playing, which it's a challenge to me. I don't mind doing. I like to work a little bit, But he's I've worked with him a few times before, and he was really easy to work with. Great guy,
right.
and very talented. And as well as he sings and plays sax, and it's awesome, a very awesome thing. So,
well, congratulations to you.
Yeah.
But I kind of want to go back and talk a little bit more about what you're doing to help the local artists here in the DC metropolitan area, in terms of helping them develop as artists, and in terms of helping them with connecting them to the resources, the beats, the songwriters, the producers, all of those different components. First thing I want to ask, I don't know how this turned into an interview with you, but I think it's intriguing, and I'm glad that you're doing this. What is it that you look for in the artists that you represent? I mean, do they come to you? Do you seek them out? How does that work?
The first thing I do is I ask them a question. The question is, what makes you think you're good? What makes you think you're better than everybody else out there? Because what happens is, as well as I do, there are tons and tons of artists that sing R&B, want to do R&B, and I'm more for, I'm not up on rap too much.
Right.
I know it, and I know when I hear it. The new stuff now is called, what's it called? Trap music. Yeah, trap. I'm not. I kind of like it. It kind of, it kind of makes me do a little something. My nephew could tell. He could probably we can have a conversation with him about that, because that's what he does. But I asked the question. What makes you think you're better than everybody else? And what I look for in an artist, I look for dedication. That's the first thing. Because if you're not willing to play this game, and it's a game. I mean, you got to know how to play it.
Right.
And if you're not willing to step out there, and if you're not willing to invest in yourself, I think we talked about that before. Investing in yourself.
That's financially.
Putting
in the work.
Yeah, financially putting in the work, but the time,
right,
the effort, and study and learn from those that are out there doing their thing. Because this whole entertainment industry is a cycle. We cycle around, and we end up, you got your Marvin Gayes who lived their time and did their thing. Then you have your Michael Jacksons, and and it goes back around. And you got your Justin Bieber, and you got your Bruno Mars. It comes back around. Even the sound of Bruno Mars, they say, oh, he's got an old school sound. He does have an old school sound, but he brought it to up to date. Right. And I can't tell you, I cannot put my hand on it, what that means, or how people perceive to be. But it's an old school sound, but it has a new sound.
He has his own little niche.
And he brought that back. So, music is a cycle. So I tell the artist that, I say, look, if you're not willing to invest financially in yourself, then you can't play this game. You just can't. I mean, because everything costs. And I always suggest, I say, look, you know, you get a producer. I said, work with a producer that knows how to produce a song. There are plenty of musicians out there that may write and you know, may know how to put a song together, but producing is the key, because basically when you're in the studio, you're recording a record, you're making a record, and it's a certain sound, it's a certain, you know, certain thing that you want. You don't want your tracks to come out sounding live. You want it to sound like a record. You want it to be, when you take it to the radio station or you take it to these record executives or these promoters, they're like, okay, let me hear your record. Oh, wow. And it has to have a catch to it. It has to have something that, and not only that, you can have all the, you know, it can say, you can talk about anything in the record, but what you have to do is you got to have a gimmick. You got to have some type of, you know, something that sells you.
Right.
You got to be marketable.
Well, one of the things I've read, though, it's having a story. You know, you have to have a story, especially when you're either about to launch your campaign,
right,
whether it be a single or a whole project release. You have to have a story that people can connect to.
Yeah, absolutely. A message is very important. And then what, you know, what you're talking about with the message is, it needs to make sense, of course, but you believe it or not, it needs to make sense, but simplicity sells too.
Right.
And
like Happy.
I mean, my gosh, that song has, it went across all genres.
So
I mean, all, you know, races, all
commercial.
I mean, just commercial. I mean, it's such a great song. Up-tempo songs do that. You know, and for some reason, you know, you get that right feel, that right song. I mean, it's just, but again, you know, I tell those artists, you know, the ones that I look at, I don't work with everybody. Now, I come across, usually most people, you work around females, you know, a lot of male artists. Well, I mean, I haven't ran across any male artists that either want to work with me, or, you know, I've talked to a few when we got to a point, but it just never really panned out. And I don't know if this is a trust thing or something that people just, I don't know.
So it wasn't intentional.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not intentional. I want to work with. Now, what could I do, right? I mean, I'm an independent artist myself.
And you can sing too.
No.
Yes, you can. I didn't tell you that the other day when I heard you, you know, singing a little tune, but you really can. Okay.
I sing background. I'm more of a BGV. I'm more of a under the tone, you know, maybe a little bit you might be able to hear me. Like I did do Another Star. I did sing that.
Right.
But I mean, I did that in the studio. Of course, they had to go in there and tweak the voice, you know,
well,
the pitch a little bit, and make it, you know, and blend it in. But yeah, I mean, I could sing. I do it.
Sing.
I sing live with this band. With a shout out to Wildflower Band. That's Howard Franklin. That's Karen's brother.
Yes.
And we do some shows, you know, here and there. We do a lot of private gigs. I do mainly private gigs with them, and I do a lot of background singing with Karen, you know. But it's just with the independent artists, you know, it's not so much the look per se. I mean, I really want to. I want to bring back real music,
quality, right?
You do have to be marketable, but you got to have something,
right?
You know, you don't have to be what people call tens, or, you know, what top, you know, the top model to be a singer. I don't think that's the case anymore. It used to be, you know, people wanted to, oh, you got to look like
an image,
right? You got to look like a certain person. I mean, it does help because, you know, visual helps. Then I always say, you know, we, you know, and the side to really, you know, once you finish your record, okay, where are you going to go with it? And now these days, radio is really hard. We are fortunate to have shows like this one, and then we're fortunate to have internet radio, and then we got the UK, and you know those people that really support independent artists that we can go to. Radio these days, this is hard to really go in unless you represented by somebody, and that's what we were told. I remember when we were in Spur of the Moment. Good shout out to Spur.
We need our bell.
We need our bell. We got a shout out to Spur. It's up there.
Shout out
And right. And we have a few things coming up as well. We're going to be pretty busy. We're doing some work with there it is. We're doing some work with Kenny Lattimore coming up soon, and we got a few shows, Capital Jazz and all that kind of stuff. But what was I saying?
Where's our music?
Yeah, where's our music? I'm like just going off and talking. I have no background music.
Right.
You know. So as we're waiting on our guest, so what was I saying? I was talking about Spur before that, and I was saying about independent artists.
We're talking about independent artists and being prepared and being marketable. And one of the things I'm also thinking about as you're talking is marketing outside of this area. Like, how do we get from the DC metropolitan area to other areas, outlying cities? How do you market yourself? And here's the thing. We said we were going to talk briefly about this tragedy with Nipsey Hussle, and that is truly tragic. Yeah. Unfortunately, I really didn't know a lot about him before this tragedy. But one of the things that came out of, hearing the stories about the type of person that he was is that he did his homework. He educated himself about the business of music, and he had a strategy.
Yeah.
And one of the things that he talked about is how he studied different people like Jay-Z, like P. Diddy. He looked at their business model, and he kind of tweaked into his own. And one of the things that he did, one of his strategies was he's like, okay, I need to sell 50,000 units. So if I have a unit, 1,000 units in each state.
City, right. Oh, right. Each state or city?
Each state.
State, okay.
50 states.
Right.
Then he would have met his mark. Well, I mean, easier said than done, because there are quite a few states. You have some southern states that might not, support his music. But again, he walked into the game having a strategy. And one of the things to kind of tie this all together, what is intriguing about Patrice Live, is that in reading her story and how she was strategic with, making the decision to work with some of the local bands so that she could gain experience in performance and building her fan base, and then how she's, separated her private life, well, not her private life, but in terms of being a mother, having to wear all those different hats, mother, having a career, and then she has this web series that she's working on, and still managing to do 2 CDs and having an opportunity to work with all these different people. So the underlying message is, yes, understanding the rules of the game, but also knowing how to market yourself and going in with a plan. Right,
exactly. Yeah, you must have a plan. That's part of it. Yeah, absolutely. As an artist, and we're going back to the question of, what do you do to help artists? And, I mean, one of those things that I do talk about is planning out, your strategy on where, what, you have to find out, what exactly you want to do before you even try to go and do it. And it's something that I actually learned during the time. I was trying to find out some of the things I wanted to do. Yeah, I play percussion, but I want to go beyond playing percussion. I want to do other things in the music industry, and those things are coming to life.
Right.
But yeah, having a plan is very important, and as soon as we have her here, hopefully she'll be here today.
Yes.
We can talk more about. But don't we have a video? Are we showing that video?
Yes.
Okay.
Our Have You Heard segment, we're going to feature her video. And so we will get ready to roll that. And the title of the video is, what is the title?
Promise, I think.
Is it Promise? I was like, okay. I liked how she, used different scenes in DC. The video it's called Promise. So let's run the video. Those of you that are on Facebook Live, make sure you tune in to listenvisionlive.com and check out the video, and we will be right back.
Show me what I need to see. Yeah. If you promise not to break my heart, I won't give you all of my trust. If you guarantee that much, there's nothing I won't give to you. If you promise not to break my heart, I won't give you all of my love. If you guarantee that much, there's nothing I won't do for you.
I speak from my mind. I speak from my heart, my passion, my soul.
What's up, everybody? This is Chickly Bars, and you're tuned in to Indie Voice.
I speak from my heart, my passion, my soul.
Sam, what do you want to be when you grow up, boo-boo? There we go. Okay. I bet you wonder how I do this. I cook a meal, close a deal, boy, I get to it. 2 babies out the way, but he's still loving my frame. I make my money, kisses honey, man, I'm paving the way. I run this town in 6 inches with a spark in my eyes. Sweet and warm like a cookie, but I will bring that fire. So don't mess with my man, them babies, or my friends, or that money, cause I'm crazy by my ends. You hear me? I wonder, woman. Squad, and they all working. Doctors, lawyers, wives, lovers, yeah, they serving. Scruffy boot, chicken heads, they don't get no love, cause they ain't bossing, they ain't focused, so they get wound up. I run this town in 6 inches with a spark in my eyes. Sweet and warm like a cookie, but I will bring that fire. So don't mess with my man, them babies, or my friends, or that money, cause I'm crazy by my ends. You hear me? Everybody knows it's not easy, but I try to wear my cape well. But I cry just like the next one, and I hurt just like the next one. But there ain't no way in hell I'm gonna let nobody take this from me. I'm coming for everything that's mine. I know this is my time.
I speak from my mind. I speak from my heart, my passion.
Yeah. And we are back. We are back.
That's
and
Wonder Woman.
Yeah, I like that.
I like it too.
So wait, so the first video was her most recent video, Promise. And
that little go-go, you know.
Yes, you know, little scenes of DC. What is that? 7th Street? And
that was Chinatown.
Yes,
yeah,
isn't that? Yeah, I was like, okay. And then shout out to some of the musicians that perform on the street. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And
shout out to Chandra, the bass player. Chandra was in the video. I saw her. Yes. I saw you, Chandra.
And then we saw the Superwoman video.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, Wonder Woman. I'm sorry, Wonder Woman, Superwoman, almost one and the same to me. But I like that Wonder Woman video. Yeah. And we have our special guest, Miss Patrice, live phone. Hi, Patrice.
Hi, how are you?
We are fantastic. For those of you that are watching, we want to first apologize. We had a little challenge getting here, so Patrice has decided to at least call while she's en route so that we can.
She's 2 minutes away. I can feel it right now. She's coming.
I'm
she's
6 minutes away, but let me say this is all me. So as usual, I was like, absolutely, I want to be on the show when my management called me, and so I said absolutely, but I was moving today, and so people that are following me know I've been going to a chiropractor all these years of dancing and heels and stuff. I've had to get some stuff done, and so today I was moving some boxes, moving to my new place in Laurel, and hurt my back and had to go to the chiropractor. So
I can imagine.
And it's my fault.
Well,
so I apologize, but I'll be bringing cookies or something for you guys if you're like that.
No cookies.
Look, there you go, being Wonder Woman still.
Hey.
Trying, yes, so, but I will be there. My GPS is saying 5 minutes. I think I'm coming off from New Hampshire.
There you go.
So we should be there in a few minutes. I'm gonna be running in.
That's all right. Well, take your time. I don't want you to hurt yourself.
Hey,
look, again. I saw you in that video, the Promise video, and no wonder your back hurts.
You sound like my grandmother. Like, what's all that moving and gyrating? When she saw the video, I said,
yeah.
Listen to the song, Grandma. Don't worry about what I'm doing.
That's right.
So now,
that was such a great experience, and it's so funny because it's like always a challenge with anything. We had to get a permit to film down there because I was going to go rogue and just do it, but I was like, I would be so upset if we got down there and then the police made us move. So I had to get a permit last minute. It cost me like $300, but I was like, we're going to make it happen. So, and that was the easiest video that we've done so far.
So speaking about the video, let's talk about that a little bit. I'm curious because I do videos too. Now here's the deal.
Oh, okay.
How do you get a permit? Just go by. Tell me how you get a permit in DC. I didn't even know you had to have a permit in DC to do a video.
So you have to contact, I believe it's the Office of like Film and Television, and then they direct you to someone else. My assistant and I were working on it like for a few weeks before, and we didn't think we would get cleared. But you have to like go down to the office. It's a specific place, and if you need me to tell you, I will send you the information. But you have to get that permit and tell them exactly what you're doing, where you're going to film. And we were there. We had the permit on hand. I was ready for the popos if they tried to come out with my permit in hand.
He was ready. He was like, bam, here it is.
That's exactly. Yep.
That's awesome.
That is awesome. But let's kind of go back a little bit because I know we're all over the place. And again, for those of you that are watching, this is live, real time, and things happen, so we have to kind of adjust accordingly.
That's right. This is cool, though.
Yes, it is cool. I mean, it just shows that we are professional.
That's right. We're gonna make it happen.
So
I feel like I'm gonna have to buy a bunch of pizzas and cookies now because y'all making me feel so bad.
You sure will.
So
and some wine too.
I did. Wine. Yes. But in the announcement that I made on Facebook introducing you, I said that you are a true Wonder Woman. You are a singer, songwriter, entrepreneur, and philanthropist. You've branded yourself as a Wonder Woman and encourage other women to pursue their goals despite early life setbacks and current responsibilities. You're a mother and full-time marketing consultant, and you've chronicled the challenge of producing an album, managing a family, and overcoming personal challenges in your reality web series, Wonder Woman. So there's so much to want to know about who you are and how you've come to this point.
Yes, it's, I'm so grateful. Let me be honest with you. If today I left this earth, I would be so grateful for every single opportunity, every single setback, every single challenge that I've endured. Because to be honest with you, I mean, I'm not even supposed to be here. I was born with pneumonia, and my parents didn't think I was going to make it. Fast forward to when I was 7, I was paralyzed. That's where the back thing comes in. I was paralyzed from the waist down, and I spent like 3 months at Children's Hospital right here in D.C. Wow. And I was never supposed to walk again. And so then you fast forward, I played basketball and ran track and cross country in high school, to now dancing on stage in heels and doing videos. So just those things alone. And then you add, I got a divorce, last year, and I have some children. So going through that and still trying to finance my career as well as take care of my children. I mean, it has just been so much. I wrote a song about enduring some abuse when I was younger, by a few people, and often abuse comes in the form of people that you know. But I've had to go through so many personal challenges, and for some reason, there's always been this itch and this thing that would not let me quit. And so it's so crazy that at this point in my career, I have opened for Brandy and Tiana Taylor and all these big names, and we're doing so many great things. And it's happening, I'm in my 30s, and I have 2 children, and most people are expecting that when you have, certain successes, that they come when you're young, especially in the music industry, because it's young and it's pop, and you have to look a certain way and date the latest pop star who's 19, and it's like, not even. I will give all those young girls a run for their money if I step on the stage, and I mean that. So
all right now.
I'm just grateful, and those are the things that keep me going, because to be honest, most people, I know most people probably think I'm crazy, like, girl, you got kids, blah, 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 just give it up. And I'm like, nope, I'm not going to do it. And at this point in my life, I'm further along than I've ever been with all of those things that I've had on my back, literally and figuratively, right? So,
wow.
Awesome.
Well, kudos to you. So in reading your bio, it sounds like a lot of what you've done up to this point has been strategic. But then in hearing you speak now, it sounds like a lot of opportunities kind of presented themselves. So is it more of one than the other? Is it a combination? Is it, how has that all come to be?
It's half and half. I'm a marketing strategist. That's what I do.
Okay.
And that's how I make my living. And I'm so grateful because that's literally how I look at things. I look at the end goal and I say, this is what I want. And then I work my way back. And that's what I do as a marketing strategist. And So that's half of it. But the other half is like, God is like, oh, I know you think you know everything in this thing. Let me throw that in for you. Let's see what you do. And I'm like, all right, God, stop playing now. And he'll be like, oh, and here's something else. And so it's half and half. But again, I kind of roll with the punches. I mean, I definitely have my days where things are harder. And I think the last 2.5 years have been the hardest because, like I said, I went through a divorce and, you know, trying to raise my children and get through that momentum. And to be honest, money challenges because, you know, now I'm going down to taking care of myself and my kids. So all of those things combined, and I'm like, all right, God, are you really want me to do this? And every time I would be ready to give up, then another opportunity would come. And if you guys can hear background noise, it's because I'm walking up to the station right now. So,
wow.
Yep. So, but yeah, it's half and half. A lot of strategic decisions, but a lot of personal challenges.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I'm walking right in.
That is awesome.
Come on in here.
What?
And
I tell you,
she's here, ladies
too
and
bad
gentlemen.
we don't have a camera facing her at the door when she walked in.
I know I wasn't playing. Hello.
Oh,
so sorry.
it's all right. Welcome. Oh, it's a pleasure. It's a
I want
pleasure.
everybody to see my back. Can you see that tape on my back?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, that's the chiropractor had it
And
taped.
your little self was trying to move some boxes.
I
What you trying to do?
because I feel like I can do anything.
What you doing?
I was doing too much. I was raised by a lot of men, and so they would challenge me. I wanted to play football when I was younger, but they wouldn't let me. So I figured I would redeem myself and put a
And
bunk
look who
bed on
just
my
walked
back.
in, guys.
Yes. See how we do. Welcome.
Thank you.
Talking to Mike.
Okay.
Welcome.
Make sure you talking to Mike.
Got you.
Any
I got
shout outs?
purses and-
There you go, right?
Yes. So let's just woosah. Let's woosah.
Okay.
It's all good.
Okay.
And you are so beautiful.
Yes.
Yes.
Hey, wait a minute. You never tell me that.
I do.
And you see me all the time.
I see you all the time. That's what it is.
He said I do.
Nothing keep going on. What's that? Okay.
It won't
I'm
stop.
here.
But you know what? I'm a firm believer in all things happen for a reason.
Yes.
And, you know, it's unfortunate that you weren't able to make it when you could. But the message that you have given in the last 5 minutes, your testimony, I'm sure, is speaking to someone out there. Definitely to show that, you know, there are obstacles that come your way, but you can overcome obstacles. There are things that you can't plan, hence what's happened here today, but you work it out.
Yeah, absolutely.
And in the end, all things work themselves out.
Things. And that's the goal. For me, it's not so much about fame. I'm sorry. For me, it's not so much about fame. I mean, of course, I would like to make some coins doing what I'm doing.
Of course.
To be able to
That's what it's all about,
create,
too.
absolutely, and create some generational
survive.
wealth for my family. But I'm a firm believer in purpose. And so my purpose is really like, God is like, I'm going to let you enjoy your purpose by letting you sing. You like to perform, you like to create music, but your real purpose is the story. And when you tell people like you can get through anything, that's why the challenges when they come, I'm like, oh, you just need me to go through this so I'm credible when I say, hey, go for your dreams, reach for your goals.
Right.
And a lot of that came also from my children. You know, I wanted to say, well, how can I say reach for your dreams and go for your goals to my children if eventually they find out that I never really did myself.
Right.
So when I look at the grand scheme of things, it's so much more and it's so much bigger than me and the music. It's about elevating the people around me to, you know, my choreographer, she got referred for it to work with another artist. And I was like, keep some of the fun moves for me,
right?
You know, but that does me well. I'm the center, the core of what we're doing. And so the real thing is like me being able to say, okay, my choreographer, she did this, and my management team, they were able to get this deal, and my band, they were able to produce for so-and-so. I'm just the center of that, but really the real goal is for them to all flourish in what they're doing with other people in other ways. Right. And at the end of the day, it's about me empowering somebody else to want to go for their goals, whether it's going back to school like I did. I went back to school. I had, my son was like 1.5. I was pregnant with my daughter. I was taking 6 classes and working a full-time job. Wow. And still graduated. But my point is, like, if I can do it, y'all for sure can do it.
So you're I understand, I read your grandfather
yes
taught you Pretty much everything, right?
Oh, Lord, don't ever tell him that out loud. He is a gospel singer. In fact, he just won his first Stellar Award.
All right. Wow. What's his name?
Horace Thompson. So he's a part, if you know quartet music, like the Mighty Clouds of Joy.
Seven Sons of Soul.
The Seven Sons. Listen, those are all my people.
Right.
Those are my guys.
Cliff and them.
Yes, Cliff. I would literally, Cliff, I'm actually going to see him Tuesday.
Okay.
So,
cool.
But yeah, he's a quartet singer. He's been singing for about 50 plus years now.
Okay.
And so he's Grammy nominated, and he lets me know all the time.
Yeah.
But he definitely did. He was on me, and I think, when I was younger, I sang, but I was just not afraid, and that was the big thing. When you're 3 and you're not afraid to sing in front of people, that's a big deal. So
it is.
He would coach me and kind of be like, do this and do that. So I was with him the other day, and we were just talking, and he was just fussing, and I was like, I'm a Wonder Woman. He's like, girl, I don't care who you are. Do what I say. So.
Awesome.
Wow. So was like your grandfather, and then you have you're a cousin that's a Broadway actress and singer. So how did they influence and guide you coming up?
Sure.
What part did they play in that?
Well, my grandfather was definitely an integral part in the beginning, just in showmanship and how to come on. I mean, I always say that all artists have their thing. And my thing is, like, when you come to a show, you will get a show. So even if I'm not singing in opera or I'm not dancing like Sierra, you will be entertained. That's the goal.
Okay.
So he taught me a lot of those things. And then my god sister, theatrics. I know I'm super extra. My son is super extra, and every time I get mad, I'm like, Lord, he got it honest from me. But super just, energetic. And when you walk into a room, you not even intentionally take it over. You just bring a certain
Just
light
like you're
and
doing
energy.
right now. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
That's all right.
Good. It's infectious.
Oh, good. Yeah.
I'm like pumped up.
Yeah, but she definitely taught me a lot of that, and just she was in I Am Legend, that movie with Will Smith. And she was just a part of the the ensemble or whatever. And she was like, when I went, I had a purple scarf on my head and a green this, and she's like, because I wanted to make sure I'm seen. And her and my grandmother are the ones that are like, when you go out, you need to look like this and do this. So all of them had something to say, and they definitely influenced me.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. See, I was getting ready to put this down because
we played your video.
Did you?
Yes.
Which one? Promise?
Promise.
Okay, yeah.
And we played what's it called?
Wonder Woman.
Yes.
Did you see my daughter in the beginning?
That was your daughter.
I wanted to know what family members.
That was all family. So Promise, we actually asked people on the street. Those were not. I went rogue for real because the week before I shot 3 music videos in one day.
Oh my gracious!
I'm all about saving a coin. So we shot the Wonder Woman video. There's another video called Remedy, and then the other video. What did we shoot? We shot something else, but we shot that in one day at the studio. So I rented the whole thing out for the whole day.
Wow.
So the week after, everybody was tired, and I was like, I haven't had time to place people to get them in a video. So all those people you see dancing on the street, those were real live people. And I just went up to them and was like, hi, I'm doing a video. Can you be in it? And they were like,
I know
all
Did
right.
they have to sign something?
I
waiver?
did. Listen,
right.
we don't play any games. I don't want anybody coming back later on and saying anything to me. So we had that stuff on deck. But Promise was fun. We just were on the street. It was hot. You saw Kendra.
I saw Kendra.
And that's my girl.
That's my girl.
Yeah. And then Wonder Woman. So that my mother, her friends, my both of my grandmothers, my maternal and paternal grandmother, and one of my mentors, who is like a grandmother to me. My daughter was in it. A lot of my girlfriends, I had them bring their daughters. So it was supposed to just represent different levels of being Wonder Woman. The baby Wonder Women, baby Wonder Girls.
Right.
The Wonder Women, which is me. And then, the older women. So the inspiration was actually for the video, not the song. The inspiration was, I heard Jill Scott mention that there's like different levels of womanhood. So you have like, you're a young woman, you're a grown woman, and then your queendom is what she called it.
Okay.
And so I wanted to make sure I had my grandmothers in there representing that queendom level. And so that was really good. And my grandmothers are both having some health challenges, so I'm grateful that they were both able to be in the video. They showed up, and one of my grandmothers is actually, she battled breast cancer, and now she's unfortunately battling Alzheimer's.
Oh,
So
sorry to hear
that was like the last kind of big thing that she did, and then my other grandmother, was in it. So I'm grateful for that.
It's great that you were able to capture those moments. You have them forever.
Yeah,
Well,
absolutely.
that's awesome. And you did come in here.
I know what you're about to say.
Like a
okay, let's
storm.
be quiet.
I know, but it's good. It was
that's
great
good.
energy
It
that walked
was,
in.
and I'm glad we called. I'm glad you came.
I'm glad that So listen, I'm gonna ask you in front of everybody because I'm gonna put you on blast. Does this mean that I get to come back? Okay, hold on. I got something. This is how I'm making up for it. When I come back, I'm gonna bring food because I'm big on food. Food will, if you my man, if you give me some food, I might forgive you.
All right.
I'm gonna bring food, and I will exclusively debut my final single from my album Dope Gold is coming out next month.
You're talking to our producer too. So.
Okay, I'm saying it. He's like, if you want time,
yeah,
right? I will come and I will debut the video here.
Yes.
My management's probably gonna kill me because I'm just saying this right now. And we're gonna have to do it, and they're watching.
Well, you the boss.
Listen,
That's right.
tell them that.
That's
they
right.
think they listen. I'm gonna debut the video here and I will perform it here.
Oh,
About
yes.
that. Is that
And
I'll
that's
bring
great.
food.
But I'm gonna ask you something.
Okay.
You're gonna perform a song before we get off the air.
What do you want me to perform?
What's the song
Now
we have?
hold on. Now here's the only thing. Now
We got time, right, Kevin?
We got, okay.
That's all we
hold
have.
on. My songs are longer than that, but I'm gonna tell you why. Hold on, let me tell you why.
But she might be a little
Because
rushed,
my
right?
back.
Can we fade out? Yeah, we can do it. The producer said we can do it.
Okay.
But wait, no.
But
How
hold
do you
on,
feel? If you don't feel it, then it's okay.
What if it's not good because of my back? I mean, I'm gonna give it my all, and then I'll be limping out of here, and then what?
Hey,
You have a ballad that you can kind of just do a cappella?
she don't have anything there. Oh, we can do acapella.
Because that way you don't
Do
have
acapella.
to, you
Let
know.
me see.
Yeah, you don't
which
have
one?
to.
Let's see. We could do winner.
Whatever.
We want to hear you. You can do it
now.
right here. You don't
Okay.
have to move.
All right.
Yeah.
You said
Right.
stay right there.
Stay right there.
Okay.
But before
All right.
you go out
Okay.
on this song,
Okay.
there's so much that I want to ask, but we'll just have to save that for the
Okay.
next time you come back.
Okay.
But let's give a final message to those young ladies or women out there that just feel overwhelmed and feel like they just can't reach their goal or reach their dream. What is the best word of advice that you can give off the top of your head?
30 seconds.
All right. First of all, take one thing at a time. I'm still working on this, as you can see. Take one thing at a time. The other thing is, no matter what, I'm talking about when anybody says, my theory is that only you and God really know the opportunities that you missed and didn't take advantage of. Nobody knows the jobs that came in that you didn't actually work hard to get or you didn't update your resume, whatever. So have that conversation with God and you guys, and I don't want to disrespect marriage, parents, or anything, but you and God are like this, and He has a special purpose for you, and we know what it is.
Right.
I often say I'm smarter and I know more than I would like to admit, because if I didn't, then I wouldn't have to be accountable. Have the conversation with God, and whatever He says and whatever feels right in that inner man, when nobody else believes it, believe in yourself and fight and fight and fight. And then when you fall down and you're crying and you don't think you can do anymore, then cry, get over it, and get back up and fight.
Wow, I received that myself.
Got a song about it. You
I
wanna
needed to
hear
hear that. Right. And we didn't get a chance to talk about your web series, but tell people how they can stay connected to you and find out what's going on.
Okay, so you can follow me on Instagram at Patrice_live, PATRICE_live. You can also visit my website, patricelive.com, and you can go to my YouTube channel, Patrice Live Music, and you'll see all the music videos that we talked about today, as well as the web series, which follows. You'll see some things that are coming up, and we're debuting the new web series.
I'm so glad
All
you
right.
came
Yes.
I'm so glad I
And
made
this
it. I
worked
came
out.
from Silver Spring to Laurel to
through.
here.
Hey, that's all right, and I appreciate
Yes.
you
Well,
coming.
thank you.
Thank
Making
you
it
all for
anyway.
having
I
me.
appreciate you calling
Yes.
me and all that good
Of
stuff.
course.
Yes.
I was bothering you. He was like, get here now.
That's all right.
So let's just hear a little bit of what's to
Okay.
come for the next time you come to see us.
So I'm going to do Winner. I sung this on Channel 9, I think, for Valentine's Day. So this is Winner. This is dedicated to all the lovers. Everything you do is exceptional. You deserve the best, 'cause you give me nothing less, and I won't ever let you go. I'd be downright crazy to desert my baby. He cooks my meals, washes my clothes, holds me tight when I need a shoulder to cry on. He holds me down so I'll always be around forever and always. That's why I just want to show my appreciation, everything you've done. You're such
such a good man to me. You're a winner. You're a winner. You're a winner.
Yes. Woo!
You're a winner.
All out of breath and everything.
I like it. Awesome.
Yes, you are a winner. I just want to say real quick, we haven't done this in a minute, but we're leaving out for the Set Your Mind, Set Your Week quote. The comeback is always stronger than the setback.
Praise God.
Don't know who the author of that was, but it spoke to me when I was creating the script. So keep that in mind. The comeback is always stronger than the setback. I'd like to thank you all for watching. Thank you for joining us. Thank you so much,
Thank
Patrice,
you.
for
Thank you for
I know
having
it was a
me.
struggle to get here, but I tell you, there was a powerful message in you coming, even for those few minutes. We appreciate you.
That's right.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you, Kojo.
I'll be back.
Yes.
I don't care what they say.
Yes, she will be back. Thank you, Kevin Kojo
She's coming back.
Prince. Thank you, Kevin. Kevin Williams, our producer.
Yep.
Thank you, DZ, our broadcast engineer to the stars. Again, thank you guys for watching. We'll see you next week. Love you. See you. Take us out with